vibes on vibes. I'm a ticking dynamite. I blow your candle light. You know I'm just that type. No, them no big kill my vibe.
Hey loves, welcome back to my channel, and welcome if you're new. My name is Tyla. Thanks so much for joining me for this self-care reset. So I met up with my sister and we decided to get dressed up and take some pictures. We've been liking to go out and take pictures lately, and we just love the process of getting dolled up and going out to take pictures. It's really fun, it's therapeutic, especially for me when I'm doing my makeup and I'm listening to some music. And it also gives us so much time to spend together and just have girl time and girl chats, which is always necessary. So we had so much fun and our pictures came out super cute. Now it's matcha time, so I headed to my favorite spot, which is called Tea Lab, and got my strawberry matcha with boba and headed straight to the beach. The weather's been a little iffy, but this day it was pretty nice. It wasn't super hot, the sun wasn't blazing, and it was a little cloudy, so it was kind of helping with the heat. But I did a nice yoga flow, and I really love the feeling of doing yoga on the beach. I gotta get out here and do yoga on the beach more. It's really relaxing, it was nice, peaceful, and I had a great time. It was definitely a much needed reset as well for my body and for my peace of mind. Whenever I'm doing a self-care reset, I make sure to pour into myself in all ways, so that being mentally, physically, emotionally, and spiritually. So mentally, I give myself space to slow down. I like to journal, reflect, and protect my peace by being intentional with my thoughts. Physically, I like to move with love, so whether that's yoga, stretching, or even just resting, my body feels safe with me. And I also like to do things like skincare and pouring into myself by tending to my physical. Emotionally, I always love to honor my feelings without shame, so I allow myself to cry, to laugh, to release, and to heal. And spiritually, I reconnect with myself through quiet moments, so prayer, meditation, and nature. All of these things really help to keep me balanced and to keep me kind of level-headed and just in a good place mentally and emotionally. So it's how I return home to me every single time, especially on those days where I really need a pick-me-up or I'm just not feeling like my best self and I need healthy ways to cope with those feelings. Yoga is a major way that I pour back into myself, and it really helps me to slow down, reconnect, and just breathe. So I don't do it to be perfect or to perfect the practice in itself. It's more so about focusing on being grounded and present. Some days I move through a full flow, and then other days I just stretch or sit with my breath. So it really depends on what I feel like I need in that moment. But what I love about it is that there's no pressure or any rules. It really helps me to release tension, quiet my mind, and tune into my body. And I always leave my mat feeling lighter, more centered, and more like myself again. So at the end of the night, I ended up going to the jacuzzi, which has been a nice vibe as well. I had my acai bowl, I brought my journal out to the jacuzzi, and I just kind of journaled in the water for a little bit. So it was really nice to just release everything that was on my mind because I was so overwhelmed and just thinking about so many different things that's been going on lately. So it definitely was a much needed journal session. The next day, I ended up going back to the beach, but to get in the water this time, since I didn't the first time, I only went out there and did my yoga since the weather was a little bad. But I had so much fun. The water felt amazing. It wasn't super wavy and windy either. So that just about wraps up my self-care reset. So I do thank you guys for joining me. I hope that you enjoyed. If you did, be sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And I'll catch you guys in my next video. Peace out and much love.